Okay, so we left off last time on page 578 where we talked about some of the different string class values of method. And then we're going to go into this thing tonight called the string builder class. Now the string class has been around for forever with the whole Java application. And one of the problems with the string class is it's immutable, meaning that it can never be changed. As we talked about that before, if you make one variable equal to the same string, it basically, or if you actually go in and change the string, it actually creates a new string and replaces the old one. Well, they developed this new one a few years ago called the string builder class. They've added a lot more methods to it. But one of the things one of the great things about the string builder class is it's mutable, meaning it can change. We can modify an existing string builder object. So, for example, up here they got string name is George, and name is Sally. And if I change, the string from George to Sally, it actually creates a new string. So with the string builder, it has its own constructors, and if you have a no argument constructor, it says this constructor accepts no arguments, it gives the object enough storage space to hold 16 characters, but no characters are stored in it. So it gives enough space to hold 16, but if you put more than 16 in there, it's going to be able to handle it. And then we've got the string builder int length. And that constructor gives the object enough storage to hold that length of characters, but again, no characters are stored in it. Or we can actually pass in a string, and that constructor initializes the object to hold that. Enough space will be, it says the object initial storage space will be the length of that string plus 16. Okay? So 16 is kind of it always has that little buffer of 16 characters in there. And we build a new string builder object just like we would a regular object. We go ahead and say string builder in this case. City is instantiated as new string builder, and we're going to actually pass in the string Charleston. And then when I say system.outprint ln city, again, every class has a toString method built into it. It's going to basically call that toString and basically it will go ahead and print what's inside there currently. Now we can't do this. We can't say string builder city equals Charleston, just like we could with the string. We can't do that with a string builder. We have to treat it like an ordinary object. We have to use the methods that come with it. So in this case, here's some basically common methods that come with the string and string builder class. We got char at, we got get chars, we got index of, where we could just basically pop in a string, or index of string and start in a certain position. Last index of where we pass on a starting position. Length, substring, and then substring where we basically have a starting position and an end position. Now, it says the string builder class provides several methods that the string class does not have. And one of the greatest ones we have is this thing called the append method. And if we look at the append method, it's just basically, so when we create a string builder object, we just see that object.append and some item. So if we take a look at down here, so let's say I've got a string builder, str is instantiated as a new string builder. It's a no argument constructor, so it's going to basically create an empty string builder object with 16 characters. Then I say str.append we sold space, str.append 12, str.append space donuts for $, str.append 15.95. And then when I say system out println str, it's going to print we sold 12 donuts for $15.95. So what the append does is it does just what it's saying. When I first put in we sold space, That's in that string builder object. And then when I tack on and concatenate 12, it plugs that at the end. So it's we sold space 12. And then I'm basically the space donuts for, and so on and so forth. So that's the append method. The next method we have is one called the insert method. And we basically have a string builder object. We say that object dot insert a start and item. So we tell it where to insert that particular item at. So if I look right here, I've got string builder str equals new string builder, new city. I come in here and say str insert at the number 4 position, the word York. So if I look at new city, I see 0, 1, 2, 3, and the C is position 4. So what happens is it's going to put York space right there in front of the C in city, and then when I say print str, it's going to print New York City. Let's say I have a char array of 2, 0, and space. I create a string builder, and I instantiate it as a new string builder, and it says, in July we sold cars. In the str, I say insert at position 16 the C array, this char array, and then when I print it out, is it going to tell me? Anyways, it's going to basically print 2, 0 cars. So here's what it's going to do. Since that array has 2, 0 space in it, it's going to basically at position 16, which basically happens to be right here at the S, it's going to print it's going to insert that array, which is 2, 0, and space. So when it gets done, it's going to say, in July we sold 20 cars. So any questions on append or insert? We're going to see some examples here in a sec. Okay. We also have what's called the replace method. So we say object.replace the starting and ending position and what the string is going to be inserted or replaced with. So I've got my string builder, str, instantiated as a new string builder. We moved from Chicago to Atlanta. And it says str replace positions 14 through 21 and replace it with New York. Now notice this New York might not be the same exact length as what's being replaced. It doesn't care. It says cut out sections 14 and 21 and replace it with whatever is in between these two double quotes. So what it's going to do, it's going to remove Chicago and replace it with New York. Notice Chicago is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And New York is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So New York has got one more character than Chicago. It doesn't care. It basically says cut out Chicago and replace it with New York. So when it gets done, it's going to say we moved from New York to Atlanta. So we've got append, we've got insert, we've got replace. Some more that we have is we've got the delete. And we've got delete char at, and we got set char at. So delete will do just that. I can tell it where to start, where to end, and it will cut that part of the string builder out. I can say delete char at, and I can tell it what position. It will actually delete that character at that position. I can say set char at, and this will change the character at that position to a new character. So whatever that character is at this position will be replaced with this char. Okay, so here we got string builder str is equal to new string builder I ate 100 blueberries. I go ahead and print that out, and it's going to print I ate 100 blueberries. Then I'm going to say delete the 0. So string str.delete char at 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's going to delete that 0 right there, and then delete blue, so str delete 9 through 13. So there is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And so it's going to, I'm sorry, yeah, that's right. So then when it prints that, it's going to print, I ate 10 berries. So we deleted the 0, we deleted the word blue. And then I say, change the 1 to a 5. So at char at 6, change to a 5. So it's going to basically, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to replace that 1 with a 6 with a 5. And then when it gets done, it's going to say, I ate 50 berries. Okay. So man, a whole lot of methods we just threw at you there. The toString method, if you need to convert a string builder object to a regular string, you can call the object's toString method. So we could do this. I could say str builder equals new string builder. This is a test. And I can say string str is equal to strb dot toString. So the toString, what a toString does is basically converts it to a string, and then we can actually create a string from the toString. Okay, so let's actually take a look at some examples. So if we come out here to chapter 9 in Eclipse, and we should see the telephone class. So let's open up that. Let's take a look at it. So, in this class, I have two constants. So notice I got final, public final, static int, formatted length equals 13, and unformatted length equals 10. I come down here and I've got a public static boolean is for, now notice this is static. So since that's static, we can use this method right out of the box. We do not have to instantiate the telephone class. We can use this method right out of the gate. So it's going to return a boolean, and it's going to basically, the name of the method is formatted, and we have to pass it a string. So it's going to create a boolean called valid, and it says if string length equals formatted length, which is 13, and the char at 0 is a left parenthesis, and the char at number 4 is a right parenthesis, and the char at position 8 is a dash, we're going to set valid equals true. Else we're going to set valid equals false. And we're going to return valid. So we're going to return either a true or a false. So if it's true, that means it's got parenthesis, number, 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 right parenthesis, and then number, 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 dash, number, 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 number. Then we have an unformat. Notice this is also static. It's going to return a string, and it's called the unformat. We're going to pass it a string. We're going to create a string builder called strb. We're going to instantiate as a new string builder, and we're going to, in the constructor, we're going to pass the string to it, the str. We're going to check to see, is it formatted? If it's formatted, then we're going to say strb.delete char at 0. Now, notice up here, I've got char at 0, 4, and 8. Down here, I delete the character, because what I want to do is I want to delete the parentheses and the dash. So they're at 0, 4, and 8. But notice I delete the char at 0, then I delete the char at 3. And basically why I'm doing 3 instead of 4 is once I delete that beginning parenthesis, everything shifts to the left once. So now that right parenthesis is now sitting at position number 3. So I delete the char at number 3, so it deletes that right parenthesis. So guess what? That dash was at number 8. Well, the first delete shifted over 1, the next delete shifted over again, so now that dash is at position 6. So we delete that, and we return the strb.toString. So we're going to send back a string. So the toString, again, converts it into a string, we return that back. We have another static string format. Now this time we're going to basically send an unformatted phone number. It has no parentheses and no dashes in it. We're going to send that to this method. So it's passed as a string. It's going to return a string. We're going to create a string builder. We're going to use that string. We're going to say if the str.length is the unformatted length, which I believe is 10. Yep, 10. So if it's a 10, that means it's got 10, all it's got is 10 digits. We're going to insert at position 0 a left parenthesis. We're going to insert at position 4 a right parenthesis. We're going to insert at position 8 a dash. And then we're going to return that toString. So again, all these methods are static, so we do not need to instantiate a new telephone object. So then what we're going to do is we're going to open up the telephone tester. And here's our public static void main. We got string phone number. We got our scanner keyboard. And it says enter an unformatted telephone number. And then we're going to basically get that, use the keyboard, that next line, throw it into phone number. Then we're going to basically print formatted. And then we're going to call the telephone.format method. Notice I didn't have to instantiate telephone. I could just say telephone.format. And we're going to pass the phone number in. And then we're going to, and we'll see what that looks like. And then we're going to say enter a telephone number formatted as left parenthesis, number, right parenthesis, number, dash, number. And then we're going to basically get that from the user. And then we're going to print unformatted and then telephone.unformat phone number. So back in telephone, we got is formatted, and that's used by these methods down here. So is formatted is going to determine whether it's formatted or not. This unformat and this format are then basically utilized. So the is format could actually be, this could be a private method since it's not used outside of this, it's outside of the class, but they're going to leave it public. Okay, so back at telephone tester, let's go ahead and click on the run. And it says enter an unformatted number, and let's type in 309-555-1212 and hit the enter key. Oh, look at that. It called the format method, and it puts the parentheses and the dash in there, and it comes back as left parenthesis 309, right parenthesis 555-1212. Then it says enter a formatted number. So let's type in left parenthesis 309, right parenthesis 555, and then we'll just do dash 2222. Hit the enter key, and it removes the left and right parentheses, the dash, and returns 309-555-2222 unformatted. Any questions on any of that? Okay. So, string builder, very powerful, a really good way to handle strings. It's a great way to okay, so let's do this. Let's go to the back of the chapter. On page 605, I'm sorry, not 605, 607, and let's do the alphabet.